The first and fundamental emphasis that I want to give its own video to is the diaphragm. Because the diaphragm is a hugely important muscle for everything. It is obviously, first and foremost, a breathing muscle, but it's also a postural muscle, and it integrates, it plugs into, it has fascial connections with your internal organs and the whole space around your abdominal organs and the whole space into your chest wall. All of those fascial connections connect with your arms and legs. There's a reason that every movement tradition around the world says move with your breath and breathe with your diaphragm. And you could connect those things together and say move with your diaphragm. Let your diaphragm start each movement. So if you've ever had an acting class or a yoga class or singing, running, whatever, you've probably been told to breathe with your diaphragm. You've probably been given instruction. It's probably decent instruction. If you kind of know how to do that, focus on doing that. If, in the unlikely event that you've never engaged with your diaphragm, we'll talk about that a little bit. So, when you take a deep breath, your shoulders, at this point, for this emphasis, shouldn't go up at all. Shouldn't move back, really. Your rib cage doesn't really need to move at all. In fact, while you're focusing on your diaphragm, try not to move your rib cage much. Hold it in kind of a neutral. It's not pressed in, it's not pulled out, it's just kind of there. And then breathe down. Breathe with your diaphragm, but really have the intention of that in-breath filling all the way into your pelvic floor. We'll talk later in more depth, but I'll just mention it now. In Chinese medicine, we talk about breath doing down bearing and diffusion. So for this diaphragm exercise, we're really focusing on the down bearing. Breathing in and down, all the way down, into your perineum, into the floor, into your feet, if you're doing this practice standing, which you probably are. Aspiring towards that 6 second in, 6 second out breath. And you can use seconds, you can use heartbeats. Now go through the practice and focus on breathing down, breathing in, breathing fully into your abdomen. One more quick note. The breathing in should solidify your core, not in a rock solid way, in a flexible, integrated, a dynamically cohesive way that the breath and the diaphragm being engaged in that way affords that nothing else really does.